Behold the power of Glass Jira. Bong, 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 bong. You know, I wish I had a harpsichord cover of Godzilla by Blue Oyster Cult. Wouldn't that be a fun way to like start out the episode? Dun, 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 dun. Taking some sand and burning it up to make it all translucent and frail. Making it all decorative and putting on top of the ceiling to make it a chandelier.
Yes, because
scream from along it and then lands down like Inigo Montoya. Oh no, it's irreplaceable. Go Godzilla.
Sorry, yes, guys. Because for those of you in the audience who don't know, Gomez back in Ultra Q's first episode was actually a repurposed Godzilla 1964 suit.
Even I was able to tell because of the eyebrows. It's the eyebrows for me. That's what I was able to figure out. Not the mouth, not the tail, not the frills on its back. No, it's the eyebrows. The eyebrows gave away that it's a repurposed Godzilla suit. And yes, we are here to discuss Ultraman Arc Episode 20. What is passed down? And clearly it is a week-old rice cake, apparently.
Apparently.
Yeah. Yeah. You know, people have a lot to learn about publicity, and I love that this episode goes into a fine point of it. Yeah, if you're going to promote some kind of merchandise on a news report, you got to make it look in a positive light. Like roasting weenies. See, that's an iCarly reference.
Yes.
Yeah. When they had those tech foots, it's like, oh, yeah, these shoes are terrible, but you have to present them in a positive light. And if you ever get hungry, these shoes are also good for roasting weenies. Roasting weenies. That sounds pretty positive, don't it? Yeah, you know, I'm not a big fan of iCarly, but I will say this. Jerry Traynor is such a hilarious actor. I watched iCarly just because I want to see Spencer be funny. And yeah, Jerry Traynor never disappointed. But that episode in particular, I love how like 72 hours of law school is all you need, apparently. Apparently. But you know what I love about the Centennial Black Friday, though? What? Well, firstly, the fact that I did not go to a single store except to get a charger at a Target, which was surprisingly empty. But you know what else I liked about the Centennial Black Friday? I got this. Oh.
Let's see. We got Mega Ranger, Hurricaneger, one of my favorites, Ava Ranger, and Deca Ranger.
Yep. I got the last three and the next one from where I left off. So yeah, Car Ranger's no longer the last one I did. Sorry, the last one I had. Yeah.
Well, to me. Yes. To me. Because I know Bo Kendra's the best to you. And I respect that.
Yes. Which sadly has not come out yet. Come on, Tokusatsu, get it done.
Hasbro, let's shout, release more Sentai DVDs. We want more Sentai.
Please. You can make royalties off of them or something. I don't know, but like, oh, and also I got Hardball. You know, the Keanu Reeves movie because
but you know, I'm still appreciative for what we got because I remember like a decade ago thinking we would never get Sentai DVDs or we would like the Ultraman DVDs. We just get the original Antigua and that's it. But here we are. We have 15 Sentai on DVD, and we have almost the entire Ultraman library on DVD and Blu-ray with
I love how
Blazar recently just came out.
I love that you could get Tiga, Dinah, and Gaia together for only $50.
Mm-hmm.
In a row. And apparently for one particular season, there's 4 whole movies, and they're included in the DVD.
Yep.
Yeah.
The Zero movies.
Was it the Zero movies? Huh. Anyways, but yeah, with these 4 seasons, that means I only need 4 seasons to go to complete the Shout Factory set. Because I just need Ginga Man, Go-Go 5, Time Ranger, and Gal Ranger.
Alrighty.
Ginga Man. The final season to use the word man in its name.
Ginga Man. Ginga Man.
I always wanted there to be like a 45th season. Keep in mind, this was back when there's only 39 seasons at the time. I wanted the 45th season to be called Chakra Man.
That would have been cool.
Yeah, and it would end with having a total. It would start off with 4 members. Then we would get 2 more members, like Go Rider style, and then we'll have our 6th Ranger, who with our total of 7 Rangers.
Nice.
And each one of them would represent one of the 7 chakras. Yay! Yeah, and the bad guys would be based off of Megazords from past seasons. Basically, I unintentionally ripped off Bokinger.
Oh yeah, because each of the members of the Negative Syndicate were all based off of previous Sentai mecha.
Yeah, but to be fair, my Kaijin designs would have been more on the nose. Like, remember the Chimera Org from Gal Ranger?
Yeah.
That's what I would be going for.
Oh, yeah. It's interesting that you say that because it turns out that on-the-nose press Sentai mecha designs would be used for most of the Rangers in Zenkaiger.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Absolutely. And what's funny is that I tried making some of the designs for the Kaijins, like the hypothetical Kaijins, because let's be honest, when you're a civil engineer, you get bored. And when you're bored, you draw stuff on sticky notes. And ironically, the very first 4 Kaijin designs I came up with were actually Daijujin, Gao King, Maji King, and Daiboken.
Wow. That's an amazing coincidence. Yeah. Toei, are you spying on him?
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, to be fair, the 5th one was Geki Toja, which begs the question, why wasn't there like a 5th Ranger who was Kung Fu themed or ninja themed? But the point is, what are the odds?
That's amazing.
Yeah. The only difference is that I did Daiboken 2nd instead of 4th. But the reason why I did some of those first is because I felt partially inspired by the Retro Fire figures from back in 2011. Yeah, so that's kind of like that's kind of why I used those designs first. I mean, they didn't have retrofires for all of those, and to be fair, the only retrofires I had were Zeo Megazord, Mystic Force Titan, and Samurai Megazord. I wish I had Jungle Pride Megazord because he had the most dexterity out of all the retrofires, but it is what it is.
I wish they made a Retrofire Turbo Megazord, but whatever.
It would definitely look cooler than the actual Turbo Megazord because, let's be honest, the big head.
And I don't know. I like RV Robo just the way it is. I love the way it combines.
It's just that for me, it's kind of weird how like the blue Zord kind of looks like a giant Lederhosen.
Thanks. I'll never be able to unsee that.
and like maybe just like fix up the proportions of the abdomen, would make it more, But don't get me wrong. I would play the hell out of my friend's Turbo Megazord. Those bootleg ones you get at downtown LA. Because let's be honest, getting the original run is expensive.
Yeah. Actually, at my first Power Morphicon back in 2012, the one that we first met at, I actually got RV Robo for $125 with the box.
Nice. You know what's funny is that in that same Morphicon, very last day, well, actually, the entire weekend, what I really wanted was the Shogun Megazord from Mighty Morphin Season 3, aka the Great Shogun General from
Muteki Shogun.
Yeah. Most sellers were selling the Zords individually for $40 a piece.
Oh wow.
So we're looking at $40. But incidentally, one particular vendor was had the American version with some missing pieces for $20. The full thing, the only thing missing is the sword and the helmet.
Yeah.
And that's usually what's missing. And sure, the Crane Zord is pink instead of white, but and I managed to me them down to $5.
Wow.
Yeah.
You got it for a steal.
Yeah. Yeah. And the only reason, and ironically, the reason why I got it as a steal was because I did have my Akashi Satoru jacket.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, because it's like, yeah, see, if you were cosplaying, I would give you a discount, but you're just wearing a random jacket. It's like, actually, I am cosplaying. And like the girl working with him actually confirmed, actually, no, he's actually cosplaying as the Japanese version of the Red Overdrive Ranger. It's like, oh, really? Okay, $5. I need to get rid of it anyways. I'm like, sweet, thank you.
Nice.
Yeah, because this was back when I was still like on a budget, so like I only had like $130 for the entire weekend, and that includes parking, which means in the first 2 days, I literally did not eat at all.
Oh, damn.
Yeah. See, I learned from the first Morphicon I went to, because in 2010, I only had $100 for the whole weekend. And I was not aware that for parking, it would cost $9 a day, which means we're talking like $30 of my $100 budget just gone, just for parking. Food is expensive. And autographs cost money.
Mm-hmm.
Thankfully, not everyone was charging for autographs. Like, for example, Matt Austin and what's her name? Monica May. Like, they were not charging. They were not charging for autographs that day. Pretty much the only people that were like really charging were like from like the original Zordon era, like those first 6 seasons. Oh, Jason Narvi wasn't charging though. But even back then, everything was $10. Like autograph, $10. Photo, $10.
Mm-hmm.
It's like present day. That's a steal, because now it's like $40 for an autograph, or like $60 for a combo selfie. But the problem back then, $10 was still expensive, because again, $100 budget for the whole weekend. So all I was able to get with my budget was the Blizzard Force Megazord.
Nice. I got Dr. Reno.
Yeah, and the Time Force Megazord pre-owned, but so that was pretty much all I was able to get, and again, I only ate on Friday. I learned my lesson. My budget went up by $30, so now I had $100 to spend, but it also meant I still did not eat during the convention. But at least I was able to get more. But at least I still got stuff. Like I actually got the jacket, and I did get I did get a thing or two. But mainly for $5, I got the Shogun Megazord.
Nice.
But yeah, with that in mind, yeah, I did have fun playing with the Turbo Megazord. I really need to get me a Turbo Megazord, because right now all I have is the Rescue Megazord.
My favorite.
Yeah. No, it's but it's like a pre-owned one, so it's like So like I'm scared of parts breaking because because of how old it is. But hey, at least I actually have. But at least I have a Megazord I've wanted since I was a really small kid.
Yeah,
like back in the day, like the very first Megazord that was mine, and I mean properly mine, was the Lightspeed Megazord. All the way in the year 2000, didn't own any Megazords before then. Maybe I'd be able to borrow Megazord from a friend, but that's not owning. Like, I have to give it back to them in the same condition they gave it to me. I wish that respect was mutual among certain friends, because just because you're respectful to their toys doesn't mean they're respectful to your toys.
Yep.
Yeah, which is why, my Lightspeed Megazord has a busted arm, so if anyone has a spare Pyre Rescue 1, they're willing to sell me. I'm more than happy to listen out to offers. But yeah, so like that's how late in the game I was. I never had an allowance, and so the only money I would have is like Christmas money, birthday money. And I was saving up for a Game Boy because, again, I wouldn't have my own Game Boy till 2004. Yeah, but like now when you're an adult, in the year 2012, 2013, you finally actually have a job with a paycheck. Now you can start owning your own Megazords, but the problem is Megazords you wanted as a kid are now expensive because they're commodities. Yeah, so, I would love a Turbo Megazord and an In-Space Megazord and a Galaxy Megazord, but they're probably like super expensive, even if they're loose. So
yeah. Well, speaking of the Galaxy Megazord, I found an official gold chrome Gingayo that was a giveaway in a Telebikun magazine on eBay for $3,500.
Damn.
It looks really cool though, but I don't want to spend $3,500 on it.
Yeah, no, you should see the pricings on some of the pre-Jew Ranger Zords.
Oh, I have. Believe me, I have. I really want a Great 5 from Maskman.
You know what's funny? I also wanted a Great 5 from Maskman. I love how you and I are on the same page about that.
Did you actually see one vendor at Power Morphicon actually had Great 5 on sale for $900?
Yeah, I actually have a B-roll of that same vendor in our Robo Toy Fest video. Be sure to check that out on our sister channel, The Buttery Show. And they had the second Robo from Turbo Ranger, which actually looks way cooler.
Yeah, Turbo Rugger.
Yeah, Turbo Rugger looks so cool in the show. It's like I can't believe I slept on Turbo Ranger. Until like earlier this year.
Yeah. Yeah, honestly, I don't understand why people don't like Turbo Ranger. I watched it and I enjoyed it. It pretty much felt like Sentai from that time.
To me, it felt like watching American Power Rangers Turbo cross with Never Ending Story, which is awesome. You got flying. You got space fairy powers combined with turbo technology, like mighty engines roar turbo charge for more. But yeah, no, it's but yeah, no, I really can't wait for Turbo Ranger to come out,
or Maji Ranger
and Maji Ranger, just so that Live Man and Bulkinger could come out.
Live Man is one of the best 80s Sentai. Although I'd have to say my favorite 80s Sentai is probably Changeman.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, no, I like my game plan is to actually like watch all this rewatch, like some Sentai I already watched, some I haven't. But now that I almost finished watching Kira Major, so like all I have left is the final Yodana special, and then I'm completely done with Kira Major. As far as the 45 episodes go and the 2 movies, I'm done with those. and I finished 3 out of 4 Yodana specials, which, by the way, I actually kind of like more than the actual season. Yeah, because it's about a demon woman who needs to learn human emotions. Yay. Yeah, and yes, Flint from Zenkaiger is in the 3rd one. And so is George from Revice. Yeah, but my game plan is to watch everything from 5-Man all the way through Maji Ranger, just so that like I could say, oh yeah, I've watched every Sentai from Turbo Ranger all the way through Boom Boom Jer.
I've seen almost every Sentai.
Yeah.
The only ones I need to see are the seasons from Go Ranger to Dynaman, except for Sun Vulcan, which I've already seen that one.
Yeah. I actually, Sun Vulcan was the 2nd pre-Jew Ranger season I watched. The first one was Battle Fever J. I had to watch Battle Fever J. But the one that's
on my list.
The one that's going to be the most challenging is Changeman, but that's a conversation for another time. But yeah. But at least, you know, I have official releases of everything from 5-Man to SPDs. So, you know, at the very least, I wish they would release all the Disney seasons of Super Sentai. But yeah, we're 20 minutes in and we haven't talked about Ultraman.
Yeah, we kind of got sidetracked.
Okay, but really focusing on this guy, more specifically, this guy right here. He has a daughter. You find out about this like in the first episode of Aba Ranger, and she wants to be a news reporter, and she wins a contest to become a reporter for a day. But she is not very good at it.
She has a stuttering problem.
Yeah, she's clearly nervous wreck, and she's not really good at, shall we say, press side etiquette. So you have bedside etiquette, press side etiquette. So she's gonna have to go through Kabuto's press boot camp. Yeah, because like I have heard from a lot of you guys saying how much you love the interviews that I have done, and I am very grateful. And yeah, I am a hard ass if I were to teach someone how to do interviews the way I do interviews. Like we're talking Tim Bradford from The Rookie. I've been watching The Rookie lately. I'm on season 5. Tim is probably my favorite character right now, which is funny. He was my least favorite, like at the start of the first season, but it's like, okay, I'm really vibing with you, Tim. I see where you're going. I'm loving the way your character's being written. Yeah. But yeah, no, she has a stuttering problem. She's and it's not that she's stuttering. It's more. It's not like a natural voice type of stuttering that like some people do. It's more of the you are not ready to do press work. You need more training. You were just thrown into the pan, into the pot, into the fire, and you don't know what to say or do. Like you gotta mentally prepare. Like and the thing is, if you're doing press at Morphicon, sometimes you only have 5 minutes of prep time.
Mm-hmm.
You only have 5 minutes of prep time. Sometimes when you're like walking down an aisle and you like notice an actor that you might be able to get an interview off of, it's like you got to first ask them if you like you can do an interview. The moment they say yes, I can do an interview, it's like good. That short amount of prep time where you're like you set up the camera, the tripod, and bring the microphone underneath. Yeah, that 2-minute process is all the prep time you have to come up with the questions they're going to be asking.
I see.
Yeah. That's why, like, if you're assigned ahead of time who you're going to be interviewing, and it's been like pre-approved and whatnot, do your research. And this isn't like me just talking about like the BTS of our channel. This is also like for anyone aspiring to become an interviewer with their own channel, who's a fan of us and wants to like walk in our footsteps. Like I know that your boy Cameron, he's like a teenager, but he's already doing interviews like a boss. Shout outs to your boy Cameron. Like if you know if you know you want to do someone ahead of time, research so that like you'll have your questions mentally prepared ahead of time. If you're doing like a in the moment interview, like you weren't expecting to interview this person, but they're letting you interview them, you need to be good at improv. You should practice, like generally speaking, improv is a parlor trick that everyone should learn. It's a very important trick to learn. And most importantly, once you're conducting the interview, you need to be able to work off of your subject. Like whatever energy they're giving you, you need to work with that energy and redirect it towards the camera. Make it an awesome energy. Make it radiate. Make it all beautiful. And also, most importantly, the interviewee is the star, not you, the interviewer. Remember, you're here to make them look good. And yeah, those are the 4 basic tips I would give for now. Anything further, you need to go to my boot camp, Bond's daughter. But yeah, she's constantly screwing up the interviews, and she's like, if I could interview anyone, it would be Ultraman. Well, get in line, kiddo, because Hori's already in the front of that line, followed by Teraraki. then what's it called? The dad from Rube.
Yeah, because Hori is love, Hori is life.
Yep. Yes. And Takeru's brains, Takeru's games. Okay. Sorry, Teraraki, I meant. Yeah. But yeah, so a kaiju attacks and looks suspiciously like Gojira.
Which we've explained already that it was a repurposed Godzilla suit. Back in Ultra Q, at least.
Gojira. Oh, Gojira. And I love how like everyone's like, oh, okay, so we're using low level escalation, medium level escalation, like we're raising the levels of escalation. So yeah, I love that.
So Gomez when
I heard them call him Gomez, I was like, you mean the guy from the Addams Family?
No, not that Gomez.
No, but can you imagine if like they replace actual Gomez Adams with Gomez from Ultraman?
You look suspiciously like Godzilla.
I'm giant and so scary. I make an earthquake whenever I move about. The Gomez Adams. Like to eat silica, though it is uncharacteristic. Don't get in my way. Gomez Adams.
The Gomez family. It's interesting because there kind of is a Gomez family. You've got, it should be Godzilla family. You got Godzilla, Gomez, and also Jiris.
Mm-hmm.
Like, Jiris is, right?
Yeah.
Except that it's a lot more obvious that Jiris is a reused Godzilla suit.
Mm-hmm. And of course, there's the one from Blazar. You know the one.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah. But yeah, so please tell us about the original Gomez.
Well, basically, the original Gomez shows up It's actually the first kaiju in the Ultra series.
Ooh.
He shows up in the first episode of Ultra Q, basically when some miners are working underground, and the original Gomez was only 10 meters tall. So a lot shorter than what this Gomez is or what Godzilla is, because Godzilla, at least, it depends on the movie, but he's been between 50 to 300 meters, depending on the movie.
Ooh, interesting. Yeah, no, like sometimes scaling is an interesting concept when it comes to kaiju movies and TV shows, and even when it comes to animated franchises, you got like Megatron, who's like way taller than Starscream, but when he turns into a gun, like he becomes all handheld for Starscream to use.
It's Transformers logic.
Yeah, or like that one time when Skyfire closes the doors before Bumblebee gets inside because Transformers.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, gotta love those Insecticon episodes.
Yeah.
But so Gomez shows up, and weirdly enough, he's going up a mountain instead of down a mountain. So we have a whole night to reflect on things. And amongst them is Bon watching his daughter's news reports like, God damn it, my daughter really is bad at public speaking. I knew I should have saved up on those child grabbing lessons in order to use them on public speaking lessons. She definitely ain't no Taya Gardner because at least she could confidently make a friendship speech.
Oh my gosh. Because I'll tell you right now, in the Japanese version of Yu-Gi-Oh!, and I mean Duel Monsters, not Season 0, I remember in the English dub with Johnny Stepp, she tells him, you should go make more friends. In the Japanese version, she tells him, so you only went to one audition and you gave up after that? And I've gone to hundreds of auditions and failed, but you know what? I keep trying. I keep going. That's the difference between you and me.
So basically, they replaced the speech about pluck into a speech about friendship is magic.
Basically.
Jeez. Like, freaking Heart of the Cards is like all about like, permutation manipulation. But like, so it's basically luck. But the one time Taya discusses pluck, replace it with friendship.
Mm-hmm. Dude, there are so many differences between the English version and the Japanese version.
You know what I find really interesting is how paradoxical Joey is, where it's like his whole character is centered around about having pluck, but his deck is centered around having luck.
Pretty much.
Yeah. Needless to say, like I really hate that one filler arc with Siegfried von Schroeder because it really assassinated Joey's character because like Joey used to have like he had a whole character growth arc. Like freaking even yesterday when we talked about Kamen Rider Gun, we talked about how Janochi should have been the main character because he went from being the Weevil Underwood archetype to being the Janochi Wheeler archetype.
Combine the English and Japanese names.
I forgot his Japanese last name.
It's Janochi Katsuya.
Yeah, I like Janochi Wheeler better, okay? So
it combines the English and Japanese names.
Yeah, because he's like the one character that didn't really change in the translation, let's be honest. But yeah, so it's like, yeah, because it's like you got this episode where like Kaido summons 2 high-level invis, and Jonochi's like holding his own against the both of them. Like 2-on-1. He's holding them off while Bravo's fighting Malika. Battle of the Mercenaries. And this is considering that in the past, he got one-shotted by like the most basic invis dive bombing. So my little boy Janochi became a man who can make a Yule log.
Now you're a man, man.
You're an acorn, but still a man.
Yes.
Never give up. I can't wait to do Gaiden 3. But yeah, no, that's what Bond's daughter needs to learn. You gotta be plucked.
Yeah. So then we see that they set up tanks, and then it was seriously making me think, are they doing this intentionally to make it like a Godzilla movie? Because, like, how many times have we had tanks in Godzilla movies, and then, of course, they shoot at him, and they do next to nothing? Gomez, like the real Godzilla, just shrugs it off.
Yeah. Yeah, no, it's hilarious at how little it accomplished. And again, I'm surprised there wasn't like a guy at the base of the mountain going like, "Run, it's Godzilla." It may look like Godzilla, but the natural copyright. It is not still not like it is Godzilla. No, it's not. This is Tsuburaya, not Toho. Run! like Joseph Joestar. Run! Seriously, I miss that clip with Masioka. Actually, it's crazy that both Masioka and Greg Grumberg were both in Austin Powers 3. And this was 3 years before Heroes came out. The only thing missing is a random Hayden Panettiere cameo in the movie.
Yeah.
Because Chirida Wosque, Seka Wosque. Yeah, I remember that show. Okay, I'm not letting go of it. If there are things I would never let go of, it's Heroes, Acceleracers. Hold on, what was another obscure show that I'm not letting go of? Oh yeah, Dead Man Wonderland, IGPX, Eureka 7, and the original Full Metal Alchemist.
Yeah. Well, they have IGPX was recently released on Blu-ray.
Yeah, I know. But here's the thing. I want it on DVD. You know why? Because I have the first 4 episodes on DVD.
Oh, nice.
But I want all 26, I think?
Yeah, I think it's 26.
Yeah, because it only had 2 seasons. I was like trying to remember, was it like 26 per season or 26 total? Yeah, 26 episodes. Yeah, remember how in season 2, Andre takes over for Amy?
I haven't seen IGPX in a long time.
Really?
I haven't seen it since it got canceled.
That's sad because this show was so goated. I waited so long for it to come out because the original IGPX, it was very different. It was like a 5 mini episode OVA where if you combine all 5 episodes, it'll make like a nice half-hour video.
Oh.
And it was very different. Like the character designs were different because Takashi and Amy were much younger looking. Like Amy looked like a 7-year-old girl. Takashi looked like a teenager. Liz was blonde. She kind of looked like a dark-skinned version of Android 18.
Oh, interesting.
And basically, it was supposed to be so basically the plot was it was supposed to be a match between a Team Velstein versus Team Sledge Mama. Oh, and Team Sledge Mama were also differently designed from the final version. And like basically the members of Team Velstein were severely injured from a previous match. So a Team Suzaku, that was their original name, Team Suzaku, got to sub in for them. And like basically like the fight started in episode 3 of 5 and finished in episode 5. And basically, and also it's not a race; it's like a straight up combat zone thing. Yeah, there was even a Toonami tie-in game.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, and basically it ends with Team Suzaku winning, but because of certain contracts, that means Team Velstein kind of owns Team Suzaku, which forces the Team Suzaku trio to be forced to like get prosthetic implants, which they don't want to do, and that's the cliffhanger ending. We don't know what happens next because the whole show gets retooled into a racing series. If you really think about it, it's kind of like the whole sport of Immortal Grand Prix in the final cut. It's kind of like a roller derby, but with robots.
Yeah.
But I digress. So yeah, the monster goes down towards the city, which is very uncharacteristic, and it almost like knocks down a radio tower right on top of Bond's daughter. And who saves the day? Of course, it's Ultraman.
Yeah, and they even point out Gomez can't fly.
Yeah, because like he's got the whole like anti-gravity thing, so they're suspicious it's some kind of kaiju, space kaiju that's imitating Gomez.
Yeah, like microorganism, like a colony of microorganisms. Impersonating Gomez for whatever reason.
Yeah. Oh, and yes, we finally get to see U-Bot for the first time in God knows how many episodes.
Yep.
Yeah. Because remember, UP is 2 robots in 1. Whatever happened to Peabody? He doesn't get that much screen time either.
No.
But yeah. So of course, like with the anti-gravity thing, you know, he collapses on radio tower. Ultraman saves Bond's daughter, and of course, you know, they have a sword fight. The sword is ineffectual because when he does that beautiful backflip and like slices him from behind, you see this crystal scaling that regenerates. It's like, so then like the thing just shoots a crystal beam at Ultraman, and like he basically like absorbs that beam into his blade and then just like redirects it back at him, causing him to become a massive pile of crystal glass. And of course, the interview goes about as well as you would expect, by which I mean Ultraman doesn't say a word, but Bond's honestly like, in full confidence, Ultraman is right. We all need to do our part to save the day. While what you can do to save the day might be different from what I can do to save the day, but we all need to do our part to save the day. And Ultraman flies off. All's well that ends well. And it's like, Daddy, you watch my videos. Of course I did. And notice how I did not criticize you for stuttering all the time. That's pretty much it for the episode, really.
Yeah, but it's interesting to see Gomez again. It's kind of the closest thing besides Ultraman versus Jiris to where we have Ultraman versus Godzilla.
Yeah, and like we need to see more Ultraman versus Godzilla. You know what would be cool if like we get an episode of Ultraman, I don't know what season, whether it's this one or Omega, get every kaiju that was basically a Godzilla ripoff, have them form an entire kaiju Sentai, and have Ultraman single-handedly try to fight them. King of all monsters.
That's kind of interesting how you say that, because the kaiju in the next episode is called King of Mons.
Yeah.
But Godzilla is the king of the monsters.
Yeah. Yeah, it is. Anyways, with 5-ish episodes left, what do you think is going to happen with the remaining 5 episodes? Because I feel like, unlike Blazar, where like, or even Rube, we don't really have an established build up to like a final fight.
Yeah.
Especially since, like, we established that, hey, Onyx is a thing because Radion's home planet is being destroyed, and there's supposed to be a beam of radiation that's supposed to come towards Earth. It's like we just like randomly drop that in episode 15.
Yeah, I'm kind of wondering if like that whole plot point will come back for the final few episodes.
Yeah, I just hope that it's not literally the last 2 episodes, like, because again, I really hope not, because at least with Blazar, it's like, yeah, the final kaiju was like the last 3 episodes, but we have this whole build up about the V99 thing.
Yeah,
for the entire run of the second half. Was it a letdown? Yes, but at least we had that thing hooking us the whole time. They didn't just like name drop in episode 14 and then just randomly bring it back up in episode 24. Like, they kept discussing it through the entire half season.
Yeah.
So, I don't know. This episode's an 8 for me. It's all right.
Yeah, I give it a 9. I thought it was enjoyable. It's always interesting to see repurposed Godzilla. Although I'm sure that this Gomez suit is not a reused Godzilla suit, but was based on the old Ultra Cube Gomez suit.
Yeah, I mean, I would say the best part of the episode was the kaiju itself, like its physiology. But I feel like they could have done more with the plot. I feel like the whole subplot about Bond's daughter is just wasted on this episode.
I suppose.
Like I would say it distracted more than it enhanced. Like, maybe if like her broadcast somehow influenced the behavior of the kaiju, like I would have at least justified it. Like remember that in episode 10 when like it's like To My Distant Friend?
Yeah.
It's like he's not talking to the villain kaiju of the episode, but the radio broadcast to his pen pal kaiju is being intercepted by the villain kaiju of the episode. So like there's still some kind of influence causing the villain kaiju to show up. Like if the radio or maybe if like somehow like maybe if Bond's daughter made some kind of epic speech in a live broadcast that would somehow cause like Ultraman to win in a pinch. Like, let's say like the kaiju was like severely defeating Arc, but like Bond's daughter makes a video broadcasted speech that Arc hears, and it somehow cheers him on to win the fight. Okay, that would also work. But other than that, you could just cut out Bond's daughter from the entire episode and you won't miss anything.
Yeah, it really wasn't used. It was just seems kind of wasted.
Yeah. Yeah, and also I do love how they made a reference to the job fair episode of The Office. Yeah. So, yeah, that's why I give this episode an 8. So, let's go to the comments and let's see what you guys have to say about it. I love how you went off on a 15-minute tangent about toys. we do it again.
Mm-hmm.
Lol, Gomez Adams. Okay. Let's see. I love how you are practically avoiding discussing the actual episode. It's not that we're avoiding it. It's more like there's really not much to talk about.
Yeah, I mean, we definitely got sidetracked in this not podcast, live stream.
Yeah, but hey, we're 50 minutes into the episode, so you got, your money's worth. I mean, watching us is free, so like you always get your money's worth, but you know what I mean.
Yeah.
I'm sad that Skin has no trainees.
You mean Skip?
I think he meant Skip. I think there might have been a typo. Yeah, Skip has no trainees. That's sad. Like no one signed up. Yeah, because like they had a website where you could sign up, but no one signed up for it.
Nope.
That's sad. It's like this is what I hate about Bill Nye the Science Guy. It's like they make science look super glamorous in the TV show, but in actual science, you have to do actual work. And then when people find out you have to do actual work, they're like, yeah, no, I'm gonna bounce. I'm gonna just become a social media influencer. Not realizing that to be a successful social media influencer, you still gotta have some knowledge of the scientific method.
Yeah.
Namely, market research.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Well, that's it for the comments, guys. We hope you enjoy watching our discussion of episode 20. We only have, presumably, 5 episodes left to watch. Yeah. Hopefully, they'll be good ones. I'm actually very curious how much we could squeeze out of this. So we got 1, 2, 3 more episodes before we go to a New Year break. And they'll probably be back on the 3rd. And the final episode will probably air on the 10th. Well, in America, will air on the 10th. Assuming we won't have any more special episodes.
Yeah. And then there's also the ARC movie.
Yeah. When is the ARC movie coming out? Around April, right?
Something like that.
Yeah. Yeah, unfortunately, we're not going to be able to watch the ARC movie, but that's what I love about having Omega probably also having special episodes, because that is an opportunity for us to, like, catch up on the movie when that comes out. Because it took us a while to get to the Tokyo Kaiju Showdown.
The Blazar movie?
Yeah. It felt like such a nothing burger, really, but I wasn't surprised that a little kid was trying to be a cyber terrorist, because it's like, this kaiju knows a little too much about this company.
Yeah.
Yeah. But at the end of the day, the plot is, Daddy wasn't there to take me to the fair, to change my underwear. Daddy wasn't there. Yeah, and of course, if you enjoyed, please be sure to comment, like, and subscribe to us on YouTube, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram. Ding the bell icon to stay notified for our latest videos. We do Ultraman Arc on Mondays, Kamen Rider Gaim on Wednesdays, Bakugan Sentai Boom Boom Draw on Thursdays, and we are doing Kamen Rider Gaim on Sundays. We just finished the last 4 episodes of the TV run, so we just have the 3 Gaim Gaiden movies left to discuss. So Gaim Gaiden, Zangetsu, and Baron's going to be this Sunday. Be sure to check that out. And also, we're going to upload some more Morphicon interviews very soon, so stick around for that. Also, check out our sister channel, The Buttery Show, where we do various movie reviews. We did Four Brothers. We did Rudy. We did the new Wicked movie. We did Planes, Trains, and Automobiles and Jingle All the Way. In these last 2 weeks, be sure to watch those. And this December, we're going to do a couple of Christmas films just for that holiday love and affection and maybe some chaos. Who knows? But to stay updated on that, be sure to ding the bell icon on The Buttery Show. And if you want to follow our personal content, where can the people find you?
At youtube.com/AxelRanger.
And you can find me on Instagram at Belkin_Kawato. And with all that said, guys, thank you all so much for watching. Please be sure to stay safe, stay hydrated, update your emergency kits, hug your loved ones. We want to thank you all for surviving the Centennial shopping games. Hope the prices were indeed in your favor, because they definitely were in mine.
Mm-hmm.
And we will see you all next time. Goodbye. Happy holidays. Happy December.